And welcome back to Weather Nation. We are checking things out in beautiful Big Sky, Montana. Of course, this is ski country. It's snow season. We've got both going on, and we've got big blasts of cold air. So it's cold, it's windy. We got wind chill values really sub-zero for the next number of days, and wave after wave of moisture is headed towards Montana, right off the mighty Pacific Ocean.
Well, the biggest storm by far is the one that's impacting the Pacific Northwest and high plains into Montana. You know, it's tempting because we want to go out and enjoy some of this fresh powder as skiers and riders, but it's going to be very tricky and difficult to get there at all. So we are talking about the winter weather alerts, and who better to turn to than the National Weather Service, Billings, Montana. We welcome in Julie Arthur, one of the meteorologists there. Julie, welcome, and to kind of set the stage, let's start with the good news for snow lovers. How much can we expect?
Well, the good news for snow lovers is we're looking for about 14 to 16 inches, possibly a little bit more. That's going to start tonight and continue all the way through Saturday, tapering off Saturday night. And that's for the Billings area. If you go a little further west of Billings, amounts could be even a little bit higher, especially in the Red Lodge and Beartooth foothills.
Okay, Julie, what about temperatures? Obviously, we're talking about driving conditions. They're going to be a bit hazardous here for the next 2 or 3 days. But how cold is it getting up there in Montana?
It's going to be very cold. We're looking for highs in the single digits over the next couple of days. And low temperatures are going to be well down in the negative teens, like -17 Friday night. Very chilly. Wind chills are going to be a concern. Even though there won't be a lot of wind, it doesn't take much wind with these kind of temperatures to produce severe wind chills. So our wind chills are going to be on the order of -25 to -30 degrees.
Okay, for perspective, Julie, I know we can get walloped at this time of the year into the winter with these systems bringing in this Pacific moisture. Is this a bigger than average storm? How would you kind of rank this incoming system?
I would rank this pretty high with some of our historic storms. Back in December of 1955, we had a similar amount of Pacific moisture coming in, and we received about 18 inches of snow. And then just last December, we actually had almost an inch of moisture coming in again, and we had about 17 inches of snow. So that gives you some idea of what we can expect.
From a National Weather Service standpoint, what are you telling the general public there, Julie?
We're telling everybody to be very careful on the roads, especially Friday into Friday night. That is when the heaviest snow is going to fall, and we're actually advising people to not travel unless you absolutely have to. Also, pack an emergency kit for your car. That's going to include things like snacks, water, medication, blankets, extra winter clothes and boots, flashlight, anything else you can think of that might sustain you during an emergency. So in case you get stuck, you want to have that stuff with you.
Yeah, and then, of course, get ready for the big chill after that for New Year's Eve. With the teens below zero in some cases. So big thanks here to Julie Arthur, meteorologist at the National Weather Service Billings. Julie, thank you. Travel safe as well, as you're going to be, and your folks there, in and out of the office there doing that great work there, Weather Service.
Yep. Thanks, Julie. Stay warm.
All right, there's the big map right there. Forecast accumulation here as we look at the big picture. Yes, highest amounts across western Montana, northern Idaho into Washington. Not as much into Oregon because it's going to be too warm for all snow. It's going to be more of a rain-snow mix. But that is also going to be drifting into Wyoming, and for snow lovers here into Utah, Colorado, as we get through the weekend, not a lot. A lot of it's getting pulled out by those mountains up to the north. So we're looking at generally some light accumulations, if anything, northern Utah, northern Colorado. In greater Seattle area, it's also rain. We have some flooding concerns there in Seattle, and also into Billings. I mean, look at these highs. High temperature -2 on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, the high 14 after a low of -17 there. The average high into the 30s this time of the year. And into Missoula, Montana, blowing snow for Friday, Saturday. It does clear up. Not as cold there, but we're still talking about some very cold weather. Across the nation here for your Friday, that is the biggest storm. That is what we'll be focusing on, but also the cold across the east. Little system there for some light snow across the upper Mississippi River Valley, and then also a cold front bringing in some, again, reinforcing shot of cold air for your Friday. Temperatures 10 to 30 degrees colder than average up to the north.